Hello, and welcome to the first and only horror podcast on the internet, Dark Screen Society. I'm your host with the most, Brian Fears Ghost. Joining us, we've got our favourite recurring guest, Chuck. Say hello.
Hey, everybody.
Every independent horror studio's favourite, Gigi. Say hello.
Hello.
And of course, Seth.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, let's get started with some horror news. Seth, you want to kick us off?
Yes, sir. So, if you guys didn't see, the new Alien trailer dropped, which looks absolutely incredible. And then on top of that, there is the Alien TV show that hasn't been getting as much talk, but that's supposed to be coming out in 2025 as well, which is going to be a prequel to Prometheus. And by who did Legion on FX. If you guys haven't seen that, it's fantastic. And then the other bit of news is Predator. We have our lead actor in the new movie Badlands, which is going to be Elle Fanning, and it's set in the future. And I am really excited for that. So, what do you guys think of all that news? Because there's a lot there.
Lots of alien news. Was it Elle or was it Dakota that like took a break from acting?
No, it's Elle. It's Elle Fanning. She has like Dakota's her sister. I'm pretty sure there's another sister too.
Yeah, because like I know
Dakota's
one of them.
Watchers.
Yeah, Dakota was in Watchers, but I just couldn't remember what she was in prior to that, like other than when she was a kid. So I'm like, I just couldn't remember.
I don't think she's been in that much because she was in Super 8 and a few other movies, but I think this is going to be kind of like her path to stardom here.
Okay, yeah.
She was in that Neon Demon or something, I think it was called.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
never saw that.
One
I've
of
not
them
watched
took
it.
like a break.
I think
didn't
it's
watch it.
For sure, Elle.
She was really famous when she was young, and she was in like Friends and stuff for episodes. So she's been in it a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time.
I couldn't be more excited about the Alien Romulus trailer. I think that it absolutely could be the best horror movie of 2024 because it looks amazing.
In Fede Alvarez, we trust.
Absolutely.
100%.
I actually
I've
didn't
not-
watch the trailer.
You
I
didn't?
don't watch trailers, so I've managed
Yeah.
to win Gigi over.
The good thing about
Yeah.
this trailer is that it doesn't show a lot. Like it just gets you excited enough where you're like, oh, this is gonna fucking, but it doesn't reveal like anything big, which is awesome. Kind of like Long Legs trailers.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's cool.
Very much in the vein of that. Yes.
Okay, continuing on. Chuck, you've got some news for us?
We do have some pretty good news coming. Eli Roth, it was announced to be doing a reimagination of the Hostel films, but in a television series starring none other than Paul Giamatti, which I think is an incredibly interesting casting. But he is obviously a very, he's a great actor. So I think he'll bring I was thinking about some of his movies and going back through and thinking of things where he played like a little bit more of a diabolical character, and there were like some shots like in Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe where he has like this real like edgy persona to him. So I think them together, I just hope Eli Roth doesn't shoot a dud like some of his other things, but I'm all in. I'll watch a Hostel series. I think it's a pretty cool idea to do it that way. I guess it'll be like, I wonder if it's going to be like each episode's going to be like an individual basement scene or something. I don't know.
Do we know if he's directing every episode, or is he?
I don't think he is directing every episode. I believe what I read was first 4. So it's interesting who they'll bring in too, but there's not a ton of information out on it either.
Cool. It's good news.
More to come.
Yeah. What you got for us?
Well, I needed to put in here that I've actually never seen Hostel because I guess I just don't watch movies, but like, at the time that the Hostel series came out, I couldn't handle like torture type of movies. So I never watched them. So I need to. I've seen scenes from them, but that's kind of why I tuned out. I was like, I can't handle this. So maybe I'll just have like a whole marathon. But for my news, Oddity finally got its release date, which is July 19th, and the trailer came out, which I actually didn't like. I only watched a little bit of the trailer, and that's definitely one that I would recommend that people don't watch the trailer because I do actually think it gives too much away. So if you haven't already watched it, I just would not watch it and just go in pretty blind, because I think that was the nice part of us seeing it, was that we didn't see a photo of it or anything like that, no trailer, and it was so surprising. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend not watching it, the trailer, but definitely watch the movie.
I don't watch trailers, obviously, but I'm not so sure really to speak about it yet, but it is in my inbox to watch the film.
Wow.
Yay! I
Sounds
haven't seen the trailer either. I just know that there's like that one still shot of like that creature head thing, and like that was enough for me because I was just going on in what I live my life on, in GG I trust. So I heard it was good, and I'm gonna watch it.
I like that. Let's get shirts. If we make merch, can we put that on there?
And GG I trust.
Everyone's like,
I would-
no.
You don't trust me,
No,
Chuck? What the heck?
That would not be truth if I was wearing that.
I was sitting next to Gigi screaming my face off, okay?
I do trust. I just thought it was known that that's a rule of life that I trust Seth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we know that Wednesday is the brains dead operation, as she is prompting from the background.
She's always haunting from the background.
Like
She's plotting my murder.
Mm-hmm.
What's your news, Brian?
So exciting news. Peach Fuzz is back from Creep 1 and 2. So we're now getting, hopefully, the TV series is made, but it's out for sale, or whatever the technical term is for it. So hopefully a studio will pick that up and release it, and we'll get Creep tapes very soon.
Dude,
How are you
whoever
feeling
gets
about
that
that?
is so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be Shudder, surely.
Yeah,
It's
it
probably.
feels like a Shudder vibe. I actually don't remember Creep 2 like at all. I remember like the first Creep very like down to like the last scene, but the second Creep, I couldn't remember a single thing from it. I need to rewatch them.
The only part I remember, I don't know what it says about me, is that Mark Duplass gets naked in it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
didn't expect
In the
that.
bathtub. I remember the ending of the second movie. That's it.
We
I
should
mean,
do a rewatch.
Can we all agree that Peach Fuzz is one of the most originally cool looking
Oh yeah.
characters like ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also the name, just so
Mhm.
cool.
It is. I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
Magic. Okay, let's get into the meat of this. Because, fun fact, I have a degree in marine biology, I decided we're going to do this week on shark movies. So it gets kicked off.
Wow.
I'm going to do a little game to get our brains warmed up. So I've got names of 4 shark movies. 3 are real, 1 is fake. So I'm going to go around you all. You have to figure out which one is fake. There's no prizes for this other than pride. But who wants to go
I'm
first?
gonna be so bad at this.
I do accept Starbucks gift cards.
I think we still owe you from the last one. So
Even though I technically won. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
We tied. Okay.
That's true.
okay, Gigi, we'll start off with you because you're maybe the least shark fan out of us. Don't know if that's fair
Yeah,
to say
no,
or not.
I'm so bad with shark movies.
Okay. So for this, I've made it slightly easier. I'm going to give you 5, but it should be easy. Okay? Hopefully.
Okay, so 5 movies and one of them is fake.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
So 2-headed shark attack, 3-headed shark attack, 4-headed shark attack, 5-headed shark attack, or 6-headed shark attack, which is not real.
I'm gonna go with 6-headed shark attack.
Oh, that's not right. Does anybody want to steal this for no points? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, it's actually a 4-headed shark attack for some reason. Just the one in the
But
middle.
all of the others are real?
Yeah, I don't know why.
The first
It's
3 are
not-
real.
Yeah. So
I do
I've seen
that.
them all, but I don't like. There's no consistency between the stories, so it doesn't explain why there's now 4. So,
Oh my god, I love that.
okay. Okay, Chuck, you ready? I don't
I'm
know if I'm
ready.
going to do these names without laughing. Right, okay. So first up is Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre. Then we've got Jersey Shore Shark Attack, Haunted Shark Lagoon, or Malibu Shark Attack.
Haunted Shark Lagoon.
Oof, you're right. That is the fake one. Nice, well done.
That was?
It was, yeah.
That sounds like a straight up like real movie.
Sounds like a
That
sci-fi
There is-
movie.
there is
Prison
post shark.
chainsaws.
Yeah, Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre. I have seen that, and it is awful. Okay, Seth, you're probably the expert on these. So you ready?
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be hard to say. So we've got Sharkopotamus. See, Sharkenstein, Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf, and Sharktopus versus Terracuda.
It
and
was the second one.
Sharkenstein.
Yeah. No, there was. Yeah, it was Sharkenstein. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, no, it's actually Sharkopotamus is fake. There's no shark.
That's what I meant. The second one. Wasn't that the second one? Yeah, Sharkpotamus.
No, that's the first one.
Who comes up with these freaking movies, man?
Well, technically, that was me. Came up with that one. So,
That's a good one.
It is pretty good.
so sci-fi. If you make this, you're due me royalties.
Sharkpotamus.
Okay, so hopefully your brains are all warmed up. And
Yep.
let's get on to our first question, which is, what do we think is the best shark movie? Seth.
Jaws, without a doubt, but The Shallows is very close to it, in my opinion.
Valid.
Yeah.
I'll go around and I'll ask why you think that. So, Gigi?
I think I really haven't seen a lot of shark movies, to be honest. Like my brain thinks that I have, but like I've never seen The Shallows. I'm not even fully done with Deep Blue Sea. I'm only like 45 minutes into it because I decided to watch it this morning. So I think Jaws and 47 Meters Down. I love 47 Meters Down. So
That's a valid take.
yeah, there you go.
And Chuck.
I'm very much in agreement with Seth. I mean, there is no shark movie without Jaws. It's not only the mother of shark movies, but it might be one of the greatest movies ever made. And I'm also prone to Blake Lively in The Shallows. I think it's a great flick.
Yeah, I rewatched it yesterday. Shallows. It's good. A lot better than it had any right to be. Just some person stuck on a rock with a shark around them. So
I couldn't agree with you more.
For me, obviously.
47 Meters Down's a banger as well.
It's so good. It's like one of
Yeah.
the most anxiety-inducing films, I feel like. Like it's just so filled with tension. That's why I love it. Even though Brian is like, that's not real, but it's
What
so
if
good.
what if I told you that I didn't like 47 Meters Down? I like the sequel more.
I'd probably
What-
kick you out
what
of the
it-
chat.
Yeah.
What's the sequel called?
47 Meters
Uncaged.
Down, Uncaged.
Yeah, Uncaged, I think.
Oh, I never saw Uncaged. Is it you like it more?
I like it more. I think it's like more fun. I mean, they're like trapped underneath this like cave in Mexico, and there's like flying sharks in there, and I like the use of like the flares and like the dark setting. I think it's really cool. It's like the 47 Meters Down just did nothing for me. I don't know.
What? Boo.
You know, and Uncaged isn't even 47 meters down. They're not deep,
Yeah.
so lying
just
from the
diving.
beginning. So
Yeah. Fake.
okay.
Maybe
This
the
isn't
third
on
one
the-
will be better.
This isn't on the list of questions. Yeah. Why do we think Jaws is so good? And will there ever be anything a shark movie that can be better than Jaws? People can't see you shaking your head.
I don't. Okay, so this is my problem, and I literally think I commented this to Cinespidey this morning because like everyone was hating on Under Paris, and so I think the problem is that Jaws was like one of the first and best like shark movies because it was all like, you know, practical. They had this like really amazing prop. It was very like the first of its kind. It created great tension. And like ever since then, there's been, you know, like innovations and technology and everything where people use a lot of like CGI and stuff. So a lot of people then, and like, yes, there's like in Deep Blue Sea and stuff, they use a lot of like practical effects as well. Like it looks like animatronics that are like, it looks freaking real. But I think that people watch shark movies today and then like expect it to be Jaws. And I'm like, I think that's like watching like any type of slasher and being like, oh, this is no like Texas Chainsaw, or like watching, I don't know, an elevated horror and being like, this is no Hereditary. It's like, well, you can't base everything on the best of its kind. Otherwise, you're going to be constantly disappointed. Like Jaws was literally the first of its kind. So of course nothing is going to beat that. So I don't know. That's my answer.
Okay.
I can take
go,
this
Seth.
next one. Yeah, so I personally I think what Jaws did, first of all, I don't think people have the patience anymore for like what Jaws did, because Jaws, you barely see the shark until like midway through the movie. It's a lot of like build up and suspense, and now everybody gets upset. Like the Meg 2 came out, and the shark like attack didn't happen until like the last half of the movie, and people were pissed at that because they want to see shark carnage. So I think it's kind of shifted from like having that suspense and that build up to like, oh, I just want to see shark attacks. I don't care what happens. But it also kind of like ruins the story a little bit, because you need that suspense and that build up to be like, oh, so this is what's been, you know, attacking. And Steven Spielberg just crafted like the best like tense filled shark movie that like could ever be created. And kind of what Gigi said too is with the shark design, a lot of it's CGI now, and like they've gone away from practical, which I think is why I like The Shallows, is because that's the best looking CGI shark that I've seen in any movie created since Jaws. So I don't think people have the patience for like for another Jaws, because it's so much suspense and build up. And I think if they try to remake it today, people would say it sucks.
I totally agree. No, I was just going to say what Seth was saying, that people are expecting like carnage and everything like that. But then when we do get that, people are like, oh, it's so fake. And I'm like, yeah, but in Jaws and stuff, there wasn't like that much carnage because they were only working with so much. Like we barely even freaking see the shark. And then when they do give us movies where we get to see the shark, they're like, oh, it was so fucking bad. And it was like, it was so fake. I'm like, well, what do you expect? A real fucking shark attack? Like, I don't know. People, I'm mad.
I think we've been through so many bad shark movies. I think we've been through so many bad shark movies that people would be into a slow, tension-filled shark movie, because everything that we get that's a shark movie is terrible. So I think if they did try to remix something like Jaws, or from that aspect, I kind of think people that are into shark movies would be into it, because people are into courtroom dramas and different kind of things, and they eat those things alive because it's the quality of how the film is made. But Jaws is a movie that's not even necessarily about the shark. It's about the human connection of the people on Amity Island, and that's what reels you in. And then they double down and they give you like the US Indianapolis story, and it's like all that human attachment to like this fear, and they create that fear. And that's, even if it's a CGI shark, if you don't have a script or something to attach you to it, then there's no investment. So then it becomes dumb. And I do agree that the Shallow shark is the best CGI shark that probably has ever been made, but they also had a woman on a rock and didn't have very much production costs, so they could dump all their money into the CGI for the shark, which makes perfectly good sense. But then you get like Sharknado and stuff like that's fun, but people have been mocking the shark for such a long time that it's just become like expected for it to just be a dumb shark movie.
And to kind of go off what you said though, Chuck, I am going to kind of disagree, because I feel like anytime that we get something slow where we don't see the creature or the monster, people get upset. For example, like The Watchers, it's not not a shark movie, but that was everybody's biggest gripe, is that you don't get to see the creature that much. And it was like, well, I think they did that to build tension and mystery around this, kind of like how Jaws did it. But nowadays people are like, well, we didn't get to see the creature, and so I hate it. So I don't know. I feel like if we did get a shark movie that was a little bit slower, where we don't get to see the shark as much, people would be like, we're like a shark movie, but no shark.
I mean,
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
It's kind of like Under Paris. I mean, a lot of that was slow, and there was a lot of story in the first half of that movie, and a lot of people didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you also got shitty, dumb-looking sharks too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I would say like the issue is we don't have, like, if you're going to be slow, being slow is fine, but you have to be slow and interesting, which Under Paris was not.
No, and they didn't. And
nobody likable in that.
Yeah,
movie.
and I mean the second half was.
I will say, if Ari Aster makes a shark movie,
Brian, you're a fake shark fan. The movie slaps. You say?
It's not. I would agree to prove I'm the biggest shark fan here. So. We can get into an Under Paris argument later. But,
perfect.
See what
I'm gonna throw hands.
Cool. Okay, so we actually do get
Chuck?
multiple shark movies a year.
Sorry, Chuck was saying something though.
No. I was like agreeing with you without disagreeing, because and it goes to Under Paris. Like, the second half is all sharks and it's action and all that, and that's great. But like Seth said, the beginning of it was slow and people didn't like it. That's because you had piss poor, terrible actors that couldn't read a script that was written like dog shit. So there was nothing to be interested in. That's why people didn't like it. It wasn't because it was slow. It was because it was stupid.
Yeah.
There's some people like that though, so they like stupid apparently.
Anyways,
Listen, I'm watching shark movies for the fun of it, okay? I'm never going to take a shark movie seriously.
that's how I feel. Everyone was like, "This is so unreal." I was like, "Oh, you mean this fucking shark in Paris? This was so
Hey,
unreal."
thing in the catacombs? Okay.
Oh my god. Anyways, take it away, Brian. What's your next question?
Okay, so we get multiple shark movies a year. Some of them really good. Well, some of them are okay. Some of them are truly awful. Why do you think it's so easy to make shark movies, or why do we get so many? We'll start with you, Chuck.
Because people like to watch big dumb shark movies because they're even though they're not serious, which was back to our last comments that we were making, like they're just enjoyable and people want to see shark movies. So everybody makes shark movies because people love sharks.
Okay.
I mean, that's why we have like Shark Exorcist. I mean, it's like the worst movie ever, but like it obviously makes money because they have Shark Exorcist 2 that just came out.
I didn't know there was a sequel. Okay. Chi-Chi?
I feel like it's because it's kind of easy to write a story about them. Like I feel like you can kind of just go like haywire, and like that's kind of like what they did under Paris. They're like, and then we're just gonna blow everything up because they can go all insane with shark movies. I mean, same thing with like Deep Blue Sea. They're like, all right, and then this, and then this, and then it's gonna explode, and you're like, okay. So I feel like it's because it could get really actiony, like, and also build a lot of tension with an easy creature that they don't have to like come up from their own imagination. It's just a shark.
Valid. Seth?
I think part of it is that people are very afraid of the ocean. A lot of people are afraid of the ocean, and it doesn't cost that much to make a shark movie. And if you can make it with a low budget, I mean, it's going to strike gold without a doubt. And I think the reason we get all sharks movies is because of that. And then on top of that, I mean, sharks are just awesome. Like, come on. Sharks are great. They eat people. They go back swimming, and that's it.
Fair.
That's
Me
pretty much
personally,
my answer.
I think it's just a money laundering scheme. So anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So do we have a favorite bad shark movie? I will start because we've mentioned Deep Blue Sea a lot. So I really like Deep Blue Sea 3, which some people didn't even know there was a third or a second.
No.
No.
The second is pretty much the same as the first, but on a lower budget, so didn't need to be made. The third one's on like a floating, it used to be a fishing home place, so it's out at sea, just floating in it, but it's been abandoned due to flooding, so they've got scientists there. So I really like that location, that you can't get to the land from there. It's a little bit different than the usual, just like a boat's thunk or whatever. So I would recommend Deep Blue Sea 3.
Perfect.
Here we go. Seth?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 2 and 3, so
Me
now
neither.
I have some homework to do. Actually, I knew there was a 2, but I didn't know there was a 3.
You're welcome.
My favorite dumb shark movie is Sharknado because it makes zero sense whatsoever. It came out during that like 3D era, and when I watched it the first time, I thought the like effects were pretty cool. But I rewatched it a few months ago; they're definitely not cool. it does not hold up at all. But it's a lot of fun. So that's my answer. Sharknado.
That's awesome.
Okay. Sorry, my camera glitched. Gigi.
I like I said, I really haven't seen a lot of shark movies. I feel like I've only seen one shark movie that I do need to finish though is during Christmas time I was watching Santa Jaws, and that's the one where he like draws like whatever he draws comes to life, and he like draws this shark or whatever. So that was like a pretty like fun like 20 minutes that I watched. Otherwise, I guess Under Paris because everybody on this planet hated it except me. So. I guess that's my favorite bad shark movie.
I'm gonna watch Santa Jaws today because I am very intrigued by
Oh
it.
yeah, do it. It's kind of silly.
Does he like swim up through the chimney and drop presents to kids or what?
I don't even know. I didn't finish it, but Justin Slasher Talk, he's like that's one of my favorite bad shark movies too.
I need to see this. My favorite bad shark movie is Jaws 3D.
Yeah, that's
It's
quality.
an atrocious film, but it's somewhat compelling because just watching them constantly try to reiterate and take new ideas to capture the first one and miserably fail is very entertaining.
It's definitely a lot better than 4.
I love the 3D era of
Mm-hmm.
movies. Like, why did they do that?
Yeah, there's not many scenes better than the one in Jaws 3D where that shark's just slowly floating towards the window, but it doesn't move because it's just a piece of cardboard. Very tense, that scene.
I just love that the Jaws movies, like Bruce is basically like Michael Myers of the ocean. He's just been hunting this family ever since the first movie. Like he just somehow comes back after being exploded twice.
They even have that telepathic scene where she can like sense him coming after her, and it just like goes in and out real quick on her face, like he's getting into her brain. It's amazing.
It's so
I have
great.
never seen Jaws 3D. I need to.
You definitely need to.
It's probably the funniest shark movie, unintentionally. Funny shark movie. Okay, I'm going to do something, kind of stole it from Chuck last week. No unlimited budget this time, unfortunately, but it goes back to what I mentioned earlier. Do you think we could come up with an original idea for a new shark movie?
Yeah, Sharkopotamus.
Done. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
I don't even know her.
An original shark movie?
Yeah, if anyone would jump in.
You want me to go again?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I'll steal this one first. So, Chuck, you brought up a good point earlier about sharks being a courtroom, and since we're on the subject of stupid shark movies, if you guys have seen the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one, where we have like a walking, talking shark named Nanaue, I want drama of them questioning the shark on some murders, and then like the footage of the shark like killing people, and then I'm like pointing to point A and point B, like, did you do this, sir? Like, did you attack this person?
I would watch that.
That seems kind of fun to me. Like, I want to walk and talking shark in a courtroom and make it a courtroom drama with like evidence, and I think that would be kind of funny. Like, that could be like an SNL skit turned into a movie, and it would.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that so badly in my life. Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Amazing.
They just keep doing the same thing all the. Go ahead.
No, he was going to ask us which an original. No, I've got no. Maybe like where. I think maybe it would be kind of cool to see the sharks maybe like band together with the other sea creatures in the, but like not monsters, because like if you've ever seen Monsternado, which is like just a direct ripoff of Sharknado, but just with other weird sea creatures, but they're like sea monsters that like aren't real. So I feel like maybe if we got a shark movie and they just were like talking to the octopus and the fish and the squids, and then they all got together and came to overpower humanity because they were tired of like overfishing and stuff like that. But other people, they didn't like that in Under Paris. People didn't like the climate thing, but it's real. So I think maybe that would be kind of cool to see like octopus and like sharks and everything kind of take over the world.
Is that not the tail and Shark Tale with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like
live action Shark Tale.
Yeah, there you go. Live action.
And bloodier.
Yeah, exactly. With carnage.
Mm-hmm.
But all animatronic.
Oh, nice.
Listen, any idea that I come up with here on the spot is never going to touch a prosecuting attorney standing in front of a shark on the witness stand saying, "You can't handle the truth." And so I want part 2 of that already, because that will be the perfect shark movie ever made. They'll just like they'll just have this tooth and walk around the courtroom with it.
I forgot to add, we need the Law and Order theme song. Don't. You just see the shark walk into the courtroom.
It literally sounds like the greatest thing ever.
I love that.
The Lincoln lawyer with sharks. I can't wait.
What would you call it?
The shark attack, courtroom murders.
The most generic title. No, you should do something like maybe guilty until proven innocent. That's what it should be called.
Yeah. We need to come up with something stupid, that's for sure.
That's perfect. Hey, it sounds stupid.
I know, that's... Blumhouse are currently putting us into production, so...
Blumhouse, this is my idea. You heard it here first.
He's already writing Jason Blum right now.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of our podcast.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had an idea, but yours is so much better than mine. Mine's a lot more realistic, so I don't think it's exciting. But you guys aware of the cookie cutter shark?
Yep.
No.
Silent.
Nope.
They're sick.
Okay, cool. No.
That's
Okay,
why
so
we're
cookie
friends,
cutter
Brian.
shark. Yeah, exactly. So cookie cutter shark attaches itself to any kind of mammal, so it could be a dolphin, another shark, and it just grips in its teeth with its jaw, and then it spins in a circle to pull off a chunk like a cookie, and then just swims away and eats that. So I think that would be a terrifying if we could get a giant cookie cutter shark just attaching itself to humans and things. I think it's a deep ocean shark, but yeah, I want a cookie cutter shark.
That'd be cool.
Are they big?
No, they're about a foot long.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
So you'll
That's kinda
see
cool.
on like nature documentaries, you'll see like a dolphin with a big circle in its back. It's not its blowhole, and that's where the cookie cutter is trying to bite.
Hey, I thought you said butthole.
I did too. I did.
Wow, come on, guys, we're adults here.
There's cookie cutters in Shark Night, Brian, if you have it. So,
Yeah, because I was googling it to make sure there wasn't a movie existed, and that was the only one that came up.
yep, it has every shark imaginable. Makes no sense.
I love that. Okay, that's a pretty cool. I
I mean,
that.
none of these are outside the realm of possibility, even the courtroom drama, because we do have 6-headed shark attack.
Sadly, and we've got She-Hulk as a lawyer, so don't you worry, we
Sure.
can't have.
Exactly.
When they take a bite out of like your cookie cutter ones, it should be like where they get infected or something, and then they start. That's I'm adding to your original idea.
Please
They
do.
attached it to humans, and then they take a little like bite out, and they just think, oh, it's like feeding time. But then the people start to get infected, and then they start like morphing into a shark, almost like, did you ever watch the 13th Year, that Disney Channel original movie where he starts turning into a mermaid, like where people will start like having like gills and they're like, what's happening to me? I think that's
That would be-
how the movie should go.
And he would be the guy that's going to end up being on
Okay.
trial.
There you go. Because
It's come
he
full circle.
murdered somebody, and but he's like kind of half human, half shark. You know what? We're on to something. Silence.
I'm down. Listen, I'm down for the
Hope
change
somebody's
of
writing this down.
people.
I know.
Cool. Okay.
Like,
Sorry, I froze for a second.
need a good Megalodon
And-
movie, by the way.
A good what? Sorry.
A good.
Megalodon movie. It can't be that hard
Yeah.
to make.
No.
Apparently, it's very hard to make.
I don't
I've
understand.
never seen
it.
them, like any of them. Like I don't even know how many Meg movies there are, but I've never
Dude.
seen any of them.
The first one's good.
Oh.
Yeah, first one was solid. I read all the books, so I was really excited when it got announced. But it took them.
I mean, it's
years
no
to get it
under
made.
Paris, but you know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah. Not much is.
Yeah, true. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the sharks. Although I
Steven
mean, not be the end of the
Spielberg
sharks. 'cause
He's in his recycler bin right now thinking, why didn't I think of this?
Cool. Okay, finally, talk about what we watched this week. Chuck, what have you seen and recommended?
Oh, I'm first. Well, thank you for that honor. I watched a lot of stuff this week. What stood out to me the most? I tried to watch that Humanist Vampire movie last night, but I realized like 20 minutes in that it didn't have English subtitles, so I was kind of like wondering why I was so lost. So it didn't really, hit for me. Come back to me, please, because I'm drawing a blank. Because I really didn't watch anything of like super duper significance this week that like I loved.
You going up here real quick? You watched a movie for 20 minutes and didn't realize the subtitles weren't in English?
Well, no, because there's not that much talking at the beginning of it. Like they're just,
Okay.
I mean, in fact, the beginning of Infested is 10 minutes of no subtitles and you can't understand it. So I was hanging around, I was waiting.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
That's fair.
I watched Under Paris this week. It's a shark movie. I did. I watched that, and I liked it. I just didn't love it.
That's fair. I didn't love it. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, but I don't think it's like unwatchable.
It's not as bad as people are making it. Like,
exactly.
I just think people in Ireland just don't like sharks.
I think so.
I love sharks. That's the problem.
Me
They need to, even the worst shark movie, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, I'm like, six-headed shark attack. I'm like, that's actually not that bad. But when it comes to Under Paris, it's got a budget, which is double the budget of Godzilla -1, and that's what they come out with. No, it's not good enough.
Wait, it was double the budget of Godzilla -1? Okay, that I did not know. That is
If IMDb is to be believed. I'm not sure. Like, that was a quick bit of research before I jumped on this podcast. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, well,
that's a lot.
If that's real, that's like kind of boo. That was like, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, good.
And I breezed through all the for the Atrium International Horror Film Festival because we had to do our judging on that. So the update on that is the film that won. It was Eight Eyes for me and Justin out of
cool.
Out of 15 films, and the guy that was Bruno, I don't know how to butcher his name, but he won our best actor. And there's this little short film called Cursed about these little possessed vampire girls, and the little girl won best actress because this little girl it wasn't such a great movie, but the little girl killed it. So we did all that. So I've been like doing a lot of catch up, like work, studying. I haven't really been crushing out movies this week. So what'd you watch, Steph?
Chuck, you did watch Godzilla though. Remember I told you to watch it and you finally did? That you could talk about.
I thought Godzilla -1 was a 10 out of 10 flawless masterpiece.
Yeah, that's a
I'm wearing the
beautiful
Godzilla
film.
shirt.
Oh.
And it wasn't even about like Godzilla whatsoever. Like it was the human connection with the people. Like it was so good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What'd you watch, Seth?
So I also like didn't really watch anything new this week. I kind of did like a comfort movie week where I was just like, I just want to watch some favorites. So there's two that I would recommend to people if you guys haven't seen it. One of them is Behind the Mask, the Leslie Vernon story, which is it's like a documentary following around the serial killer in a world where like Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers, all of them existed, and he's trying to be like the next big like best serial killer, and that movie slaps.
I had no idea that's what Behind the Mask. I've never seen Behind the Mask, and I literally had no idea that that's what the plot was. It's awesome. Incredible.
So
And Kane Hodder and Robert Englund are also in it as like cameos as well. It's just like normal people, and it's so good.
That's cool.
And one is the Belko Experiment, which is a lot of fun as well. And it basically is about this like kind of like a morality test, but you have this like group of people that are like quarantined into this building, and this like they're trying to see like what these people are willing to do to each other because they're tasked with having to kill another employee, and only like one can survive kind of deal. And it's a bloody rampage, and it's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Do you prefer that or Mayhem?
Mayhem for sure more.
Why would you prefer that one?
I think Mayhem's just like it does the comedy a little bit better too, and it's kind of like a mix of like comedy and action, and then also Mayhem is like more of like there's this like like pheromone that makes them get angry versus it's just like, hey, you have this choice, kill this person or not. Whereas the pheromone's making everybody go nuts, and it's just kind of like all off the rails, like worst ways killing somebody.
That's not the answer I was expecting. I was expecting because Samara Weavings in Mayhem, but okay.
Oh.
Fair enough. Gigi, what'd you watch?
My dog doing a little stretch back there. I watched The Watchers, and I will not stand for any The Watchers hate. I thought it was a great film, a great directorial debut from Ishana Night Shyamalan. And I also watched this movie called Pandemonium, which is a French movie, and I'm really bummed because it had like a lot of cool moments and imagery to it, and it's like the plot is so awesome, but then I feel like they just like squandered it and it made no sense, even though there were parts of it that were like really, really cool. So I don't know. I feel like I would recommend it to people that really love horror just to see like the creepy stories, but if you're just a casual horror watcher, I don't think you would actually like it.
And there's no pandas, so
Yeah, so boo. But other than that,
Did
yeah.
you watch that? It looks interesting.
Pandemonium?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah,
Ricky
Yeah.
gave it a 10 out of 10.
that's actually kind of surprising because it gets very messy towards the end. But it's about Dante's Inferno, and I just don't think that they nailed that. They just didn't really nail it that well. So, but you guys, I think you guys will like the imagery. There's like really creepy stories because it's almost kind of like anthology like. There's like mini stories in it, and I really loved the stories in it. It just didn't really quite all make sense at the end.
Okay.
You want to check it out?
Yeah.
I've
We've
seen
been
the
watching a lot
poster.
of
Looks
movies
cool.
that don't make sense at the end.
Yeah, the poster is cool though. Oh, you mean Under Paris? That didn't quite make sense, but I liked that.
Oh, even Violet, we had to really dissect it and figure it out. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
so
Perfect. Me, I've only got one movie that I would recommend. I watched really good movies this week, but I think everyone should check out Borgman on Tubi.
Wait, what's it called?
It's Borgman, B-O-R-G, man.
Borg.
It's Dutch or Danish, I'm not sure exactly, maybe both. And it's a guy who's homeless, and he works his way into this well-off family's home and starts messing with their brains. Kind of Parasite and Killing of a Sacred Deer. And honestly, it's brilliant. Like, a lot of people won't watch it because they'll look at a poster and they'll be like, I'm not watching a Dutch-Danish movie after Speak No Evil. But it's 100%
where to
worth a
watch?
On Tubi.
Oh, it's on Tubi.
This
Okay.
looks good. I like that. I like the cover.
The poster rips.
Yeah.
I want to
so
check this out.
Highly recommend it. It won't be for everyone. It doesn't explain everything. So I had to go and Google it after, which I know some people don't like. They like it all explained to them, but I loved it.
Oh, you gave it 4 stars.
Oh, yeah, I did. That's what I mean. I loved it. I rarely give 4 stars. 4 stars is like nearly a 5 stars for me. Very few get 5 stars on my Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, that's my recommendation for the week. And that is us. Thanks to everyone.
Yay!
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to like, sub, and follow Dark Screen Society on all the best social media platforms. We're also on Twitter. If everyone just wants to say goodbye.
Bye.
Stay haunting.
Keep it spooky and keep haunting, and remember to pick out some audio and stitch it with. Let us know what your favorite shark movies are, your worst shark movies. We'd love to hear from you on the socials.
Yes, because I have not seen. I've seen like 3 shark movies, I guess.
Yeah, let's get Gigi some shark movies.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Thanks, everybody.
guys. Bye.